Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrasham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami. Katha Upanishad, translated into English by Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. Our humble Sashtang Pranams, Pujya Gurudev. Thank you for bestowing all this grace, selflessly working and bestowing your grace on each one of us. Thank you and thank you and thank you to our Param Gurudev, Pujya Param Gurudev and Pujya Adi Shankaracharya Ji Jagat Guru and all Rishi Munis, ancient sages and saints, without whom we would not have all these scriptures. So during this period of Pitrapaksh, period of special moments and prayers for all departed souls, all departed Rishi Munis who are around, forever bestowing their blessings upon each one of us. Without their nectarine bliss, we would not have this knowledge. We would not be having these special satsangas in devotion. So with humble Sashtang Pranams, we are here offering these scriptures, satsanga, punyas to all the Atmans of our beautiful ancestors, lineage, and all those souls, all Rishi Munis who are no longer in their physical form. Thank you, and therefore we offer these punyas, reading these scriptures to that Parabrahma Parameshwar. Because of your blessings, all these Rishi Munis have given to us through those blessings. Thank you. The mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad. Blessed Self, Adorations. The mystery of the soul, Katha Upanishad, Chapter 1, Section 3, Mantra number 13, Day 38, and Day 2 of Pitrapaksh. What a beautiful moment. Again and again I feel we are having satsanga on such a beautiful Upanishad that is teaching us about the soul. And when this body dies, the soul is alive. And that is why during this Pitra Paksh there is a special moment that all souls who do not have bodies, they have this opportunity where they come down and receive the blessings and punyas from those who would like to offer the punyas and give them tarpan, where they are not deprived but they are very happy to receive that, because they progress, they elevate, and they shower lots of blessings. They receive the punyas of whatever we offer, whatever we donate. It's very important that during this Pitra Paksh that you donate water, milk, grains, food, whatever you wish to, whatever you can afford, and your chanting, your satsanga punyas, your Bhagavad Gita punyas, just offer it to these souls, because they are helpless. They do not have the body, and therefore I strongly emphasize here that all of you who have this beautiful blessing of the Lord, that we have our good hands, good feet, this good body, healthy body, and even if you have some sickness or something, if the body is not that healthy, still you have the body. You have this opportunity where you can do things for your own elevation also. Just accumulate your spiritual wealth, the real wealth, and this is the time where you will receive lots of blessings, and continue with this, so that in case no one can do anything for you during or after your death, after the death of the body or thereafter, then you are still good, because you have already collected lots of punyas, and you will be good. And the best and the highest is that work towards attaining liberation, and then everything is perfect. Therefore, if you have not been working on it, and you happen to listen because of your some punyas, you're listening to this satsanga, yes, start working on it to collect more and more. Don't collect those things. You need those things that is going to stay behind. Like all the wealth of the world will stay behind. You're not going to take with you when the body vanishes. When the soul departs, the worldly material is left behind, but your spiritual wealth will go with you, your karmas will go with you, and also the good or the bad, it all goes with you, whereas the worldly material things stay behind. And we all need that. Even the saints and sages, the Rishi Munis, they all need, but they need very limited enough. And therefore, whoever chooses whatever way they take oath, they move on their life that way. They still need clothing, some clothing. And there are very few who are in the Himalayas and strong, maybe barely some clothes, and there are some not in the Himalayas yet, in some sacred places, and they are like Aghori Babas, they barely wear clothes, but that's their oath. They choose to be like that, and they still do the tapas for all beings on earth planet. And we should still thank each and every Rishi Muni who are doing some sort of tapas for everyone, and my Lord shower their blessings upon them to be healthy also. So mantra number 13, we had little bit of gist yesterday. It's about a wise aspirant should allow the senses to be absorbed in the mind. That means try to wash it away and finish it off. He should allow his mind to be absorbed in the intellect that abounds with wisdom. Then he should allow this intellect to merge into the great self, which is the cosmic mind. So this is how our minds are connected. Just like our soul is connected, each one of us, our souls are connected to that supreme soul, supreme consciousness. Same way this mind, which is here, and there is no physical body, it's the astral part of our body. Mind, intellect, ego, and senses, the chitta, it's called the mind stuff. So this mind is connected to the cosmic mind. So not only my mind, all of our minds are connected to that cosmic mind. The good, the bad, the whatever, everything comes from that cosmic mind. And then the great self into the peaceful Atman. So when that is tapped into, that great self, the cosmic mind is tapped into, then the soul, our soul within becomes very peaceful. So if you tap into the peaceful side of it, you become peaceful. If you tap into the other side of it, you get that type of feeling also. So that is why we always say, be positive, think positive, be happy, do meditation, and all those things. So yogic movement has 4 stages. These 4 stages are described briefly in this mantra. So remember yesterday we had said the following mantra gives a general outline of the spiritual practice which enables one to attain self-realization. So these are the 4 stages that we should strive for. The 4 stages are described in this mantra number 13. So number 1 is when the mind is unruffled by the senses. This is the first stage. That means the perfection of pratyahara. Pratyahara, what does that mean? These are the 8 limbs of Patanjali Rishi, the yoga. The 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and these are the steps. Asana is only one of those 8 steps. Asana means those postures that you perform, but there are many other things that you have to do before even you come to asanas. So when the mind is unruffled means pratyahara, the perfection of pratyahara, which means withdrawal of senses. It is also termed dhamma. Dhamma means control of senses also. Pratyahara is withdrawal of senses, and dhamma means control of senses. That you हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं दम है करने को. So that's what it is, like control. Do you have that shakti? I would use that word. Do you have that shakti to control the senses? Because the senses are very powerful also. It drags you to that lower side, and it depends upon shama. So what does dhamma depend on? Dhamma depends on shama. And what is shama? Shama is serenity of mind. How peaceful is your mind? Serene, calm, equanimity, So, and then again, this serenity too is depending on what your mind thinks, right? So, serenity of mind, if you keep the serenity of the mind, then those other violent thoughts won't come. So your mind will be cool and serene. So this is figuratively described by the statement, allow the senses to be absorbed in the mind. So have the Shama, Dhamma, Pratyahara. Shama, control of senses. Dhamma, withdrawal of senses. Pratyahara is the withdrawal of senses. So then your mind is unruffled by these senses because you already have control and you have already withdrawn. So even if that little bit of that thought comes and you feel your sense is getting a little aggressive, you should be able to control it. You should be able to withdraw that sense. Stop it. Just say stop it. Talk to that sense. Enough. So you deviate and do something else. Start reading scriptures. Take deep breaths. And you can go for a walk. And then start chanting mantra. That will all help. So that is number 1. Shama, Dhamma, Pratyahara. That's the first stage. Second stage, number 2, is when the mind does not dwell upon the objects of the world, one is at the second stage of the yogic movement. So, when the senses are withdrawn from the objects, the mind may still continue to entertain subtle desires of the objects. For simple term, I so many times use about some food items that you should not be taking, and your senses, even though you have stopped eating that, what does your sense do? What does your mind do? In a subtle way, it still lingers in your mind. So that is what it is. The mind may still continue to entertain subtle desires for the objects. So all of a sudden you think of that item, you want to eat it. And if somebody else is eating, you feel that you want to eat it. So the best is when you know you are fully in control, is when somebody else eats the same thing in front of you, it does not matter to you. You do not even feel like. So that's the time you will know, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you will know that you are in full control. However, with the increasing light of spiritual knowledge, these subtle desires too are dissolved. So the more satsanga, the more scripture reading, the more japa, tapa, and your spiritual knowledge increases, those desires, the subtle desires, automatically it gets away and it's no longer there. It gets dissolved into the mind. So the subtle desires too are dissolved. Thus the mind becomes absorbed in the light of the intellect. So, very good. Then in this stage also, an aspirant becomes accomplished at concentration. So when you are able to concentrate more, that means the subtle desires are flying away. It's gone, it's going and going and going. The more strong you are, the stronger you get towards concentration, meditation, and spiritual reflection. So when you are able to concentrate on scriptures, when you are understanding more, you are able to contemplate on it and meditate on it. Whatever you have read and whatever the scriptures you have read and whatever you have listened in satsanga, Oh, now I remember it. Now I'm able to concentrate better. Oh, now I'm able to meditate on it. I've contemplated, I've meditated, and now I'm doing my spiritual inquiry also. I'm reflecting on it. So, where am I? Where do I stand? Am I following this? That is what it is, that you are getting stronger, and that means your subtle desires are gone. And this spiritual aspirant gradually ascends the ladder of meditation and samadhi. So, ascends to the ladder of that means you are very strong now in meditation, and also very, very quickly you get into samadhi state. And if you don't get, that is still good. If you are able to concentrate and you are going deeper into meditation, say before you did not even get into meditation stage, later you say you got it for 1 minute, then you say 5 minutes, then you can sit still for half an hour, like 15 minutes, half an hour. Your timeline is increasing, and then you are getting better and better. The mind consisting of worldly desires is restrained by the intellect, which reveals the futility of all the objects of the world in the world. So while you sit for meditation, your mind goes, oh, what do I have to cook? What do I have in the fridge? What will I eat after this? Where will I go after this? What did I say to that person, or what did that person say to me? The mind continuously, the chitta vritti is there. The chitta vritti, the mind stuff, the waves of the mind, it keeps going up and down, up and down. Thoughts here and there keep jumping. And the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali Maharishi, the Yoga Sutras, Sutra number 2, that when I was studying that, Sutra number 2, the first one is just that we are now beginning to do the sutras. Number 2 is the main one. If you get the gist of that, then all other leading sutras are just explaining Sutra number 2, which is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What does that mean? With yoga, its yoga is not only the poses or actions. The Hatha Yoga, people always, whenever somebody says yoga, they think of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is good. It's needed for the body, for the mind, for the nadis, for the intellect, everything, control, and it works amazing. But yoga during mantra, during satsang, everything is yoga. Any action, your a good action, your selfless service, when does it become your karma? When does it become karma yoga? Jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. While you are doing it for your own self, say trading off, I'll use this word, when you are doing bhakti but you are trading it off, oh God, I'm doing this japa just because I want this, then that is trade off, and that is not yoga. Bhakti yoga, when you are totally dissolved into the bhakti, the devotion, the divine love, and that is selfless, and say, oh Lord, it is yours. You do a selfless service, that is karma yoga, means you don't have a desire. After performing that action, you go serve food somewhere, you don't expect Lord and pray to Lord to say some days, if I'll be hungry, somebody will give me. No, oh Lord, it is in thy name. I'm doing it in connection with you, and keep guiding me. I offer this service to you. So this is karma yoga. That means you are united with the Lord while performing this karma, this action. So the mind consisting of worldly desires is restrained by the intellect, which reveals the futility of all the objects of the world. This is the nature of restraining the mind by the intellect, or allowing the mind to be absorbed in the intellect. So the mind consisting of worldly desires is restrained. So when a worldly desire comes, you just say, no, I need only this, I need only this much. So then by the intellect, which reveals the futility of all the objects of the world, this is the nature of the restraining the mind by the intellect, or allowing the mind to be absorbed in the intellect. So that is number 2. Let's see what number 3 is. Number 3 is when the intellect becomes free from the illusions of the ego self. Okay, the ego self. Go, ego. There is no go. Until there is no go of the ego, then you are still stuck in the worldly aspect. So when the intellect becomes free from the illusions of the ego self, it unites with the cosmic mind. So when united with the cosmic mind, the intuition comes very strongly. It unites with the cosmic mind. It rises beyond the limits of human personality and the world in which it abides. Kala Atita, beyond the time and space, beyond the time, and communes with the cosmic mind. So that intuition is there because it's communing with the cosmic mind. The inner self is directly linked to the Supreme Self. The mind is directly related to the cosmic mind. This is the stage of experiencing Brahmakara Vritti. The waves of the mind is coming from Brahman. The thought process that flows to Brahman. The thought process that flows to Brahman, you are in tune with Brahman. A yogi experiences Savikalpa Samadhi. What is Savikalpa Samadhi? This is a state of increasing super consciousness as the fire of wisdom continues to burn down the forest of egoistic impressions that abide in the depths of Chitta. So our unconscious mind, so many thoughts are there in the unconscious mind. So when you are connected directly, when the thought process flows to Brahman, you are directly connected, then you experience Savikalpa Samadhi, which means in that Samadhi, that state where you lose, you are not knowing your own self. You go beyond Kala Atit, beyond the time, beyond the space. During that special moment, it may be just for a second or a split of second, or maybe longer. So the more experience you get, the more you get to longer period. But you are burning that fire of Nirvikalpa Samadhi is burning the big forests of ego, big forests of negative karmas of past lives. So that is why we need to do meditation. We need to sit in silence, practice, give some time. Maybe if you are too busy, maybe before going off to bed, before sleeping, sit in a posture where you can concentrate on your breath. Mentally chant Om or loudly chant Om. You don't want to do loudly to disturb anyone else. You can take deep breath. So one day, remember, we had practiced that Om pranayam. You can do that. Concentrate on that Om and your breath. Monitor your breath. That is why I'm saying inhale your stomach out. That type of. So you are concentrating on your breath, and while you are doing that, you lose into that consciousness, supreme consciousness, and you will not remember the time you spent doing that. When you come back, you will realize you were there like that for about half an hour, sometimes 1 hour. So some days if it's shorter, you don't have to worry about it. Every day is different, but lots of benefit in doing that. At this level, the intellect is absorbed in the cosmic mind. That means you are absorbed with the cosmic mind, and that is why your intellect is there, not knowing, because it's absorbed. Let's go and move on to number 4. When the fire of wisdom in the form of the thought process of Brahman, so when you are directly connected to that supreme consciousness, to that Brahman, we have discussed about the difference between Brahma and Brahman. It's not Brahma, this is Brahman, the supreme consciousness that was there, is there, will be there after Mahapralaya, after annihilation. It will still be there. That Brahman, you are connecting with that Brahman. So in the form of the thought process of Brahman, that fire of wisdom has consumed the forest of karmas, and the self is revealed in its fullness. So someday you sit upright, spine straight, keep breathing, concentrate on your breath and say, who am I? Inquire into that. Then a day will come when that self is revealed in its fullness. The veil of the ignorance is rent asunder. So the veil is gone. This is the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So the first one was Savikalpa Samadhi. That means you are connected to Brahman. And Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the highest form of superconsciousness. The Samadhi does not depend upon a mental process. Here, the cosmic mind is absorbed in the Supreme Self. So, you see the stages? Your mind, Savikalpa Samadhi, the thought process that flows to Brahman. So with that Brahmakar vritti, that is the stage of experiencing Brahmakar Vritti, the thought process that flows to Brahman, that's in number 3. And then yogi experiences Savikalpa Samadhi, which means this is the state of increasing superconsciousness as the fire of wisdom continues to burn down the forest of egoistic impressions and the chitta, the unconscious. So then the depths of that chitta, at this level the intellect absorbed in the cosmic mind, but this one is nirvikalpa samadhi, which is the highest form of super consciousness. This samadhi does not depend on the mind. It does not. The cosmic mind, when you are one with the cosmic mind, then the super consciousness, the cosmic mind, gets absorbed into the supreme self. So the divinity that abides in the cosmic mind must be meditated upon and worshipped with devotion in order to destroy the veil of ignorance that deludes the individual souls. So the ignorance deludes the individual souls, but we have to go through these steps. And it comes, after lots of experience, it comes to the point where you don't have to sit still, you don't have to work too hard. Just in flips, you get into that nirvikalpa samadhi. You get connected just like that. Every time you think, you start a little bit, it's just very quickly you get to that nirvikalpa samadhi, and that means your mind is with the cosmic mind, and the cosmic mind is with the absorbed into the supreme self. Very quickly they are all one. So someday you can sit down and say, I am the wind, and you feel that you are the wind. I am the air. You feel so thin. Your body is lost into that super consciousness, into that supreme self. You are one with the wind, blowing here and there. So the divinity that abides in the cosmic mind must be meditated upon and worshipped with devotion in order to destroy the veil of ignorance that deludes the individual. As long as there is ignorance, it deludes the individual soul. When a person develops surrender to the divine self, that is why we always say surrender, surrender, surrender. O Lord, everything is yours. I am one with Thee. The cosmic mind, mind into cosmic mind, and cosmic mind into Supreme Self, all one. I am Thee. I surrender this self to You. O Lord, continue to guide me, protect me. This me is the soul, not the body. Body is limited. So when a person develops surrender to the divine self and allows his body chariot to be driven by divine Krishna, he is bound to attain victory over the forces of ignorance. So surrender, surrender. Whatever name, Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Ma Durga, so all Devi Ma, in whatever name and form you have faith, that is Devi Devata, Bhagwan, all is good, but then there are levels and steps. You want to reach that supreme consciousness. that Supreme Self beyond the time and space. Om Bhu Sanyastam Maya, Om Bhuva Sanyastam Maya, Om Swaha Sanyastam Maya. So all these planes are just left behind. You don't want the enjoyments of these planes, even up to the heaven. Even as I have mentioned before, even those who go to heaven, they still have to come back. They still have to be born again in another embodiment. Only those who are liberated, who merge with the Supreme Self, they are the ones they do not take another embodiment. That soul is merged with the Supreme Soul, Supreme Consciousness. And when you surrender yourself to Lord Krishna is that Supreme Self. He just descended in his human form. Lord Rama also. They're all one. They just descend in their human form just for a limited time, just because the world needs them. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thus ends mantra number 13. And then next one I will just read a little bit of mantra number 14. Wake up, arise, having approached the wise sages, attain the knowledge of the self. This path that leads to the knowledge of truth is like a razor's edge, difficult to tread due to its subtlety. Thus say the wise. This is from Lord Yama. Mantra number 14. It's getting more and more interesting. I could have gone on to number 14, but it is long also, like number 13. It's like 2 pages. So a little bit more than 2 pages. So I don't want to do too much, because we need to, it's not about rushing, but we need to go slow and understand better, be able to contemplate and apply in our lives and do better and better for the betterment of our soul. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jai Jai Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Jai Jai Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. May all the souls that does not have body and need help, may it be our ancestors or may it be not our ancestors, all the souls, may they receive the benefits, the punyas of this satsanga, and may they ascend, may they reach the abode of the Lord. And we offer these punyas, we surrender the satsanga at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kashchid dukha bhag bhavet. Asato ma sadagamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityor ma amritam gamaya. Divine love, light, peace, prosperity and blessings to you and your near and dear ones. Harihi Om Tat Sat. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Hari Om.